Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that may link with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Just before we get into the transfers, just a reminder again of the Claude Cup taking place on Saturday, the 24th of June. That's this week, Saturday, at the New River Sports Centre in London. If you can get along there, it's going to be fantastic. AFTV All-Stars versus the DR Sports All-Stars. Lots of fun on the day, and we're raising money for a great cause. We're going to be filming it as well. So if you haven't got your tickets yet, click the link in the description and get it right now. Now, do you realize it's a week since the transfer window opened? It opened last week, Wednesday, and Arsenal, without signing anybody yet, as I said yesterday, have been very, very busy in putting in bids and going after targets. And of course, the big one has all been about Declan Rice. Another bid went in yesterday for £75 million plus 50 million in add-ons, which would have brought it up to £90 million. And that deal has been rejected. So that's the second bid that has been rejected from Arsenal. Arsenal fully expecting now to go back in with a third bid, which hopefully will get near to the £100 million valuation, which, of course, West Ham are looking for. There seems to be a little bit of back and forth on this one because what I'm being told is that Arsenal were under the impression from West Ham before the transfer window opened that they take £80 million for Declan Rice. Of course, since the transfer window's open, since they've won the Conference League and Declan Rice's profile's gone up even more, West Ham now holding out for more money. And of course, West Ham have to buy a replacement for Declan Rice as well. And I saw yesterday where one of the players they're looking to get as a replacement, Paulinho from Fulham, Fulham have slapped a £90 million price tag on him. I've never known defensive midfielders to be going for so much money. It's absolutely ridiculous what's going on at the moment. But yeah, a third bid seems to be imminent from Arsenal, which will get near to that £100 million valuation. Arsenal's still confident that they're going to get the signing of Declan Rice done. It's not easy to do a deal like this because it is so expensive. There's still Manchester City looming, but are City gonna come in at the last minute? I mean, I noted yesterday that Calvin Phillips, who they signed last year from Leeds, has come out and said that he does not intend to leave Manchester City. He wants to stay at City, and he wants to, you know, he's only had a year there, and he wants to make his name at Manchester City. And also, City are signing Kovacic at the moment from Chelsea. So I don't know. I think it's always a threat, Man City, if they're hovering around. But I get the feeling that that deal's going to get done, and hopefully Arsenal maybe can wrap it up this week or early next week, and Declan Rice will be that big signing that Arsenal have been after, and will be probably could turn out to be the most expensive signing of the summer. Arsenal, we're moving differently now. Thomas Partey, could he, though, be moving on? There's been lots of rumours about Thomas Partey. I heard even before the start of the window, it was just a sort of rumour that I heard from somebody. It's one of those rumours where, you know, they're moving house rumours. I don't know if you ever heard those ones where somebody says, oh, I've heard that, you know, he's moving out of his house. He's looking to go, you know, I heard it in that way. I also heard it at that time that it was really Thomas Partey who's kind of looking to move on, and not Arsenal. And I've been hearing that more and more now, that actually it's not Arsenal that really want Thomas Partey to go. It's more Thomas Partey looking to move on. He's had a few problems behind the scenes, as I'm sure a lot of you know, and maybe he just wants a change of scenery. And it looks now that Arsenal have accepted that and are going to be willing to sell him this summer. So when a lot of people have been asking the question and saying, well, what, you know, getting rid of both of them in the same window, me myself have been asking this one, you know, Xhaka and Partey. It looks like Partey himself wants to move on. Now, of course, there's supposed offers from Saudi Arabia. There's clubs over in Italy. if Arsenal do sell him, they're going to want to max out and get as much money as possible for Thomas Partey. But it does look like he will be on his way out this summer. And that'd be a big miss for Arsenal because, you know, he had a good season last year, did drop off towards the end, but I thought he had a very good season and was very influential and stayed fit for most of the season as well. But looks like he could be on the way out. Now, who will replace him? Another target has emerged today for Arsenal on Amadou Onana of Everton. Still only 21, a real monster in that midfield. I thought he had a good season for his first season at Everton. Obviously, Everton had a real torrid time last season, but him himself, he actually had a good season. He played very, very well. And he has been attracting interest from a lot of teams. Now, it's said that Onana wants to leave Everton. He's only been there for a season. Arsenal apparently were sort of, you know, looking at Onana as a possibility in January. Remember, we were looking at Caicedo and then we got Jorginho, but apparently Onana was a player that Arsenal were looking for. There was no way Everton were going to sell him at that time. They were in a relegation battle. But now that that battle's been completed and they survived, could Onana be leaving Everton this summer? And if he is, should Arsenal be targeting him, especially if a player like Thomas Partey is on the move? He doesn't really have the passing range and that of a Thomas Partey, but certainly a really, really powerful, aggressive midfielder. And we have to watch and see what happens there. He won't be cheap as well. I mean, valued at around about £45 million. But again, as I said, with the amount of money that's being flushed around for defensive midfielders right now, that valuation will probably be way higher than that. They'd probably be looking Everton, who, you know, remember, have got a lot of financial problems, to get as much money as they possibly could and try to push that into the 70, 80 millions as well. More likely that Arsenal will go after Romeo Lavia. And we've been speaking about this one over the past few days. Lots of reports that Arsenal are edging closer and closer to getting this deal done. And Lavia will become an Arsenal player, possibly after the signing of Declan Rice. Arsenal are in talks with Southampton over a £40 million deal. At the moment, the rumours are is that Southampton are trying to hold out for 50 million. Why wouldn't they? You know, I mean, everybody's trying to max out and get as much money as they can on these defensive midfielders, but we'll keep an eye on the Romeo Lavia situation. And there's even been rumours today saying that Arsenal could, if Partey goes, go back in again for Caicedo. Now, it's all gone quiet on that. We'd heard that Arsenal had dropped their interest in Caicedo. Chelsea was said to be the teams that were right at the forefront to try and sign Caicedo. They've apparently put in an offer of £60 million, which has been rejected by Brighton. They're looking for closer to £100 million. It's gone mad. It's gone absolutely mad. But they're looking for around about £100 million. But Caicedo, could Arsenal return back and try and sign Moises Caicedo? I'm still doubtful on that. I still think maybe Declan Rice and Lavia. But again, it's a long way to go in this transfer window. Another player that Arsenal are targeting is Jurriën Timber. Spoke about yesterday. David Ornstein broke the story that Arsenal have placed a £30 million bid to get the Ajax centre-back, which was rejected. The player and the agent want to come to Arsenal. There was a rumour that they were actually in secret talks with Arsenal earlier on this month. They were over in London. I think they was over in London watching the FA Cup final. But now a lot of journos have put two and two together and said, oh, secret talks with Arsenal. Listen, certainly the whole thing's come out of the blue, so you can't say that that's not true. It was ESPN. No, sorry, it was another outlet that I saw saying that they feel it was a secret meeting. Whether it was or not, a bid has gone in for him. Now, will Arsenal go back in with another bid? They seem to be fairly confident that they can get the signing done. Of course, Manchester United have previously been after Timber, but they've been quiet on the situation. I've seen a lot of Manchester United fans kind of losing it a bit, saying, you know, what's going on? Why are we not going back in for Timber? He was one of our #1 targets last season. Is this the Glazers messing up with, you know, getting the club sold at the moment, which is causing this effect that we can't go in and get certain targets. But certainly Arsenal right at the forefront to try and get this deal done. Although ESPN are reporting that Bayern Munich are also interested in Timber. Thomas Tuchel, the manager, a big fan of his, and would love to bring him over to Germany. So could that push the price up? Could that change things now that Bayern are interested in Timber as well? And what about players that are going to be leaving the club? Just spoke about Thomas Partey, but what about Eddie Nketiah? Now, there's a lot of stories coming out today, including this one from The Independent, that claim that Arsenal are willing to listen to offers for Eddie Nketiah. He's contracted until 2027. I thought he did well when he came in last season for, Gabriel Jesus. It's a mixed thing though with Eddie. I mean, there's some people that say, listen, this kid's done really, really well, give him his props. And then there's others that are like, well, he's all right, but let's just cash in on him. Certainly, it looks like one of the two of the strikers are going to go. It's either going to be Eddie Nketiah or following Balogun. Balogun coming out yesterday and saying he doesn't want to go out on any more loans. So one of these two are going to move on this summer. Arsenal going to cash in on. Obviously, Balogun would be the one that would get the most money. But do you want Balogun to come back? He's now the main guy at America, for the USA. His stock is higher at the moment than Eddie. Eddie's been sort of just playing second fiddle at Arsenal. He's gone away and has been the main man at a club. It's going to be interesting to see who Arsenal do keep. We know that Arteta is a big fan of Eddie Nketiah. So let's see how that one plans out. But the Independent claiming today that Arsenal willing to listen to offers for Eddie Nketiah. I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Eddie or Balogun? If you only keep one of them, who would you keep and why? I want to hear from you, as many of you as possible. So those are the rumors for today. Thanks for watching the show. Don't forget, we keep you updated with all the transfer rumors. As soon as anything breaks, we will give that information to you. So keep your notifications on. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we will keep you up to date with all the transfer rumors. You will not miss a thing as related to Arsenal. Thanks for watching the show, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.